Hello, everybody. Brian Tulsa here. I would like to take a tangent, a little sidetrack from the topic we were talking about. I know we were going to talk about religious deconstruction, and we will. I'm still working out some of the details on how I want to present that, but we will be talking about that topic going forward. But I want to take a short tangent because I don't know if you've heard, but there's a war on. The President of the United States initiated hostilities in Iran. The President of the United States said that he would commit genocide, that he would wipe a civilization off the face of the earth if certain things didn't happen. Now, mind you, he said he didn't want to. He was hoping that cooler heads would prevail. But if not, he threatened the very normal and sane action of genocide and completely destroying a civilization. That's the backdrop for the tangent that I want to go on, because I've seen a lot of people recommending and demanding even that the president be removed under the 25th Amendment of the US Constitution. Why won't the Democrats in Congress act and remove the president using the 25th Amendment to the Constitution? And I cringe because every time somebody says that, I know they haven't read the 25th Amendment and they are just repeating some talking point they heard elsewhere. But I do encourage you to read these things and learn about the things that you're actually recommending be used for some end that you would like to have. With the 25th Amendment to the Constitution, aside from the president dying or transmitting his own message to Congress saying that he's unable to fulfill his duties of office, it requires at least the vice president to transmit a message to Congress saying the president is unable to fulfill his duties. It also requires either the cabinet or somebody that's appointed by Congress to agree to this. And even if that happens, the president can regain office just by sending his own letter that says, no, I'm fine. Really, I'm fine. If that were to ever happen, the president would immediately regain the office, and every cabinet member and the vice president who tried to remove him from office against his will would be gone. Because the 25th Amendment and those provisions were not designed for this purpose. They were designed to provide a succession of power, a succession of authority in the event that the president is in a coma or something. It is not a mechanism for a coup, which is what you're really talking about. Now, would it be better if it were to happen? Sure, but it cannot happen using that mechanism. There's just no way to do that. If not that, then what about impeachment? Because I hear this a lot. Why won't the Democrats in Congress act to impeach the president for all of these high crimes and misdemeanors that he has committed? And yes, he has committed offenses that are worthy of impeachment. We have started impeachment proceedings against presidents for way less than this. But impeachment does not in itself remove a president from office. After impeachment, the Senate has to convict the president with a 2/3 majority in order to remove the president from office. And that's a 2/3 majority a provision. That 2/3 majority provision is in the Constitution. That's not even the cloture rule. That's not even the filibuster. That is in the Constitution. It requires 2/3, and there's no way around that. The president has been impeached. Don't forget that. He's been impeached, but not removed. Every time that happens, every time he succeeds in defeating an attempt to remove him in office through impeachment, that's a win. He is showing his followers that his enemies can't do anything about him. So impeachment without removal is not only useless, it's worse than useless. It's counterproductive. And I'm just curious, when you had a chance to, did you send enough Democrats to Congress so that they make up a two-thirds majority of the Senate, because that's what you need. Did that happen back when you were saying that both parties are the same, and I mean, both the presidential candidates were bad? So what difference does it make? Or you were one of those geniuses that said we survived one Trump administration, will survive another one. Well, not everyone has survived another Trump administration. We have already lost lives. And if you are not going to change with the 25th Amendment or impeachment, then what the hell are you going to do? And when confronted with these facts, these uh, these people who think they're really hardcore, they start recommending just fantasy solutions, extra legal solutions that are just not going to happen. They're not in the realm of possibility. The only way to affect change is going to be with the democratic institutions that are available, whether you like the fact or not. Those are the tools that you have. If you're not going to use the tools that are available, then why recommend the 25th Amendment and the impeachment process in the first place? Those are supposed to be tools for removing the president. Like, why appeal to those tools if you're not going to at least try to use the tools that are available? And if those aren't available, then what are you left with? I still feel like the only way to have prevented this would have been to have a different result in the 2016 election. Once that happened, what is happening now was probably inevitable. I also would like to add that it is very unlikely that Trump is going to drop dead before the end of this term. It's very unlikely that he's going to suffer some debilitating stroke that will leave him as a drooling vegetable and will require the vice president to take over. That has been something speculated on for years. Yeah, he's old. No, he's not in the best health, but none of that matters. It didn't matter before. It doesn't matter now. It won't matter in the future. And the likelihood of just something happening and removing Donald Trump from office without some kind of fight, without some kind of democratic battle, is it's unlikely, and we should really stop appealing to these fantasy solutions. Can things change in the midterm? I don't know. There's been a lot of voter suppression efforts. Can things change in the 2028 election? I don't know. Same deal. Lots of voter suppression efforts. It's the country's a mess right now, and um, it would not have been this mess if the outcome of elections had been different. And I guess that's my tangent. That's my sidetrack. We got ourselves into this mess, and there is no magic solution to getting us out.